I remember when I was younger, I used to hear the saying "rags to riches,"
Yeah.
and a long time ago, I'll say a lot of people have like for instance, we'll speak about them later, but a lot of people have like the wrong perception. They see you after, like
Mhm.
after a certain age or whatever, and they have this perception about you. But like, I moved out at 17. I moved out at
Yeah.
17 years old, and I lived, and then I moved to myself with which is now my ex, ex. I moved to California for like 5 years. Me and her by ourselves. We were growing for a dispensary. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not. I don't know. People have been saying I'm a different age. I'm not 36. I'm 34.
Mhm.
So I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of things, and so it's almost like I came from being in the street with a lot of people who are still
Mhm.
there and still doing that, to
Yeah.
switching my mentality completely to wanting to be around people who have a different perspective and look at life as $1 million is nothing, to
Mhm.
where I come from $1 million, you're rich. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now I talk to people and like they're like $1 million. Yeah, like no million, and it's like they're throwing around $1 million like $1 million ain't shit. So out of nowhere, my mentality switched completely. So I'm like, damn, that's exactly the people I want to be with and I want to surround myself with. So
Mhm.
that name I put it on my Instagram. I would say 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago when I was in California, I put Dirt to
Okay.
Gold.
It's dope. I mean, I'm figuring that's a story in itself because that doesn't just pop up. I mean, you have to have a story behind that. You have a fight now in July in the Hard Rock,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Do you
Yes,
know
sir.
who the fight is yet, or are we still in conversation as to who's gonna sign the dotted line?
We're still in I still don't know who it's gonna be. You know who I wish it would have been, but they're duck gooses over there. You know what I'm saying? They won't even mention my name.
So
But
so who do you want it to be? Who do you wish
I
it would
would
be?
love listen, I would love for it to be Guile.